Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton, here with the fabulous Sid Roeder. How are you, Sid?
I'm doing fabulous when you call me fabulous.
That's excellent. Well, I find it pretty interesting that you were just at Bear Lake, and we have our guest is from Bear Lake. But before we dive into our guest, you want to tell us about our sponsor?
Yes, our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group, which is a group of professionals that have dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, caretakers, and really all those great people that listen to us every Saturday. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, anyone you would like to see us invite, you can call me personally at 435-512-6406.
Oh, thank you for doing that. Well, did you have fun at Bear Lake when you went?
Water was still a little cold, and that's my preferred medium up there. But it's always beautiful.
Oh, I love it over there. Well, our guest we have with us today is Bradley Holmes. He's the Business Development Director at Epic Bear Lake Retreats. Welcome to the show, Bradley.
Thank you. And I think she's being really generous when she says it was a little cold.
It's a lot cold?
It's pretty cold.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to get better and better each day. But early June Bear Lake water is not for the faint of heart.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I wasn't there, so I need to find some time to get over there.
I don't think he could handle the water now.
Do you know the temperature? Yeah. I didn't even check.
A week and a half ago, it was right around 50 degrees.
Ooh.
So
perfect.
Probably a little bit higher than that now. But a lot of people love it, though. The Memorial Day weekend just came and went, and plenty of people were on the water. Tons of people came to recreate in Bear Lake, and coming from somebody who has lived there their whole life, I love the influx of visitors. There's a lot of people who, you go to Hawaii and a lot of the local people don't like having so many visitors, and Garden City has that too, but I love visitors for multiple reasons.
Oh, well, tell us a little bit about that, because, we've been friends for a while, but we met when you were doing something completely different, and now you're with Bear Lake Retreats there with Epic, and you guys are doing all sorts of things, expanding. So tell us a little bit about that. What all does Epic do over there? Yeah,
it's true. I used to work in the senior industry doing home health and hospice and assisted living and everything. A change of pace for me in terms of the industry. Now I'm doing hospitality and recreation over there. But our company, we coin it as Epic Bear Lake Retreats because that's what I concentrate on is larger groups coming to Bear Lake to stay and to play and to eat and everything. We're kind of a one-stop shop. But within our company, there are 3 companies, and some of these names people have for sure heard of. Beaver Creek Lodge, that's in Logan Canyon. It's a very popular snowmobile destination, but it's also a best-kept secret in the summertime. You can stay there in the summer and fall when the leaves change, and the location's just awesome. And we also have Epic Recreation. That was actually started in Hiram. Epic Recreation was. The owner, Nate Smoot, he was renting paddle boards and kayaks at Hiram Dam, and an opportunity opened up. This was back 2012. An opportunity opened up at Ideal Beach in Bear Lake for him to rent out those same kayaks and paddle boards, and he got a couple jet skis, and now it's Epic Recreation. We have a whole fleet of all those things: boats, jet skis, side-by-sides. As you're coming out of the canyon, right by Chevron, that's our storefront. You'll see there, but then we have multiple locations around the lake where we rent those things out. And then Sunrise Resort. And we were talking earlier, Bryce, I don't use addresses, I use landmarks because I grew up in an area of, I grew up in Woodruff, Utah, which has 219 people in it. So I don't use addresses, I use landmarks. So Sunrise Resort is just across the street from the State Marina on the north end of Garden City. And many people know it as Harbor Village. It's within the Harbor Village area, neighborhood, but it's the resort with the lighthouse, which is actually a 3-story suite where you can stay. But so basically, we have 3 different companies that work well together to give people places to stay and things to do, and then we work with local companies for catering if you need that. But anyway, I'm sure we'll get into more of that in detail, but that's kind of an overview of what we do.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I guess we felt that it might be nice to have you on the show is because you're kind of a one-stop shop. Gosh, I butchered that one. For family reunions, which maybe some of our senior listeners are interested in planning.
Yeah, and basically my job is to make it easier for, that family member who's in charge of the reunion each year, or the grandparent that really wants to get everyone together and to go to Bear Lake, which is very much a family place. And we do corporate retreats too, so it's that executive assistant who's in charge of putting everything together. I'm just making it easier, and we don't charge for that. We don't charge to help plan everything together. Since so many elements from our companies are involved, it makes it well worth it for us to help do the planning. But we are well known for our reunions. We say epic, Bear Lake retreats, but you could also say epic Bear Lake reunions too. And so we have plenty of families that come throughout the year. It's not just a summer thing; it's a fall and a winter thing as well. Springtime, we've had some great reunions, and like I say, we can do any size group with those lodging options we have between Beaver Creek Lodge and Sunrise Resort. We can do any size group, and I guess I can get into that more later. But yeah, reunions are a specialty of ours, so please reach out if you have a family reunion coming up and you need somebody to help guide you through it and help you to know how it all works.
So how does someone start that process with you? Do they just give you a call, or do you have an email? What's the best?
Call's the best. I love talking to people on the phone. So 435-730-8380. That's my cell phone, so you can text me as well. But just give me a call and tell me the dates that you're looking at. Tell me how many people roughly that you're thinking of having, and we'll get it planned out for you. And we work with people's budgets really well.
Do you work with like dietary restrictions or mobility things as well?
Yeah, I mean, you need to nowadays, especially with the dietary restrictions. There's so many different elements now that go into people's diet and restrictions and things. So yeah, we definitely work with that. And same with mobility. If you have somebody who has mobility, things that they need help with, we're definitely going to help plan that out.
That's great. Thank you so much, Bradley. We're almost at the first break of our show, so let me mention our sponsor really quick again. Our sponsor is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniorscv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. This is the Senior Moment Show. We're going to take a short break. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, this is Tyler. Recently, my father passed away, and White Pine provided the funeral services for our family. They were friendly, thoughtful, and attentive to every detail. It isn't often that a loved one passes away, so it was very important to my family that everything be handled just right. Because my dad was loved by so many people, we had a lot of family and friends that traveled from out of town. I really appreciate how White Pine Funeral Services made sure everyone was comfortable and that the focus was where it needed to be, on my dad and my family. They really took care of us during this tender time.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most.
Are you tired of feeling unwell and not knowing why? At Next Level Health and Wellness, we hear you. We specialize in uncovering the root causes of your discomfort, whether it's gut health, hormone imbalances, or emotional and mental blocks. With personalized plans, advanced lab testing, and evidence-based holistic nutrition practices, we guide you toward lasting health and wholeness. Awaken your healing potential with a team that listens, understands, and supports you wherever you are. Visit nextlevelhw.com to start your journey to feeling better today.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. One of the ways we help loved ones stay in their home is by assisting with daily tasks.
These may include bathing, meal preparation, medication reminders, and housekeeping. We even help with shopping, transportation, and errands. Most of all, we offer a trusted level of care. Let us help you live your best life possible with Comfort Care. This is Bruce, and you can call me at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
Did you know 1 in 3 people will visit a nursing home? Did you know that once there, they will stay there for an average of 3 years? Did you also know there are insurance options that can help cover this experience? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. It's not cheap to stay in a full-fledged nursing home. Long-term care insurance can help you or a loved one get the care they need and deserve. If you wait until you need it, you may be too late. Give me a call at 435-890-8155.
And welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton, here with Sid Roeder, my co-host. And we've been talking with Bradley Holmes about all things Bear Lake and Epic Recreation and retreats. So we were talking over the break a little bit about the size of the party for those family reunions. Is there any size that's too small or too big that you guys can't handle?
No, we can do any size group, and that's one of the more common questions we get, whether it be that a family's like, man, we have a lot of people. Are you sure we can do it all through you, or do we need to get in? And no, we can do any size, whether it's really small and intimate or very large, multiple families. We do it all. And in fact, there was this group. I'll give two examples. One isn't a reunion, but more just a group, an organization that we had come over called HXP, so free advertising for them, I guess. I don't even know if I'm allowed to do that, but called HXP. They're an awesome group. They send youth out to do humanitarian trips all over the world, and they always do their kickoff group. They're Utah-based. They do their kickoff event at Sunrise Resort that I was talking about, and they'll bring around 600 people. And so what we'll do is we coordinate, because obviously our property alone cannot fit 600 people, but it's surrounded by many other properties that we coordinate with. We do all the coordinating for them. And so will we have a family reunion of 600 people? I don't know. I've never had a group that size, but we can do any size. This past winter, it was a really cool reunion that we hosted. It was a group who they were celebrating the patriarch of the family, the grandpa. It was I believe it was his 80th birthday, and they wanted to do something special for him. And so they came up to Bear Lake, stayed at our Sunrise Resort, which within the resort, I mean, there's a large theater room, an outdoor hot tub that's really large for big groups, a fire pit, multiple full-size kitchens, you name it, multiple bedrooms with multiple beds. And anyway, they came up for this special event, being their grandpa's 80th birthday. And, you know, before they got there, we'd already set them up with a snow day for the grandkids that involved, you know, some of the adults went snowmobiling. All the kids, we got tubes lined up for them to go tubing in Logan Canyon. And it was an all-inclusive package deal. And so I believe it was the son that was the one doing the planning. I mean, he just called me one day. I was actually doing a booth at a golf tournament here for the family place, and he called me and needed help. They wanted to do something in Bear Lake, and by the end of the conversation, we kind of knew exactly what we were going to do and how many people. I think they had around 50 people that stayed for 3 nights in Bear Lake, and with it being the winter time, the price was so good because that's what we say, the off-season, quote-unquote, off-season in Garden City. And so super, super affordable price. They had a great time with this grandfather with his 80th birthday, and all those grandkids had all those memories we have snowshoeing, cross-country skiing. They did all these things. We've got those enclosed side-by-sides that are heated, that have the tracks on them. And so what they did is basically went tubing down this big hill in Logan Canyon, and the people who didn't want to be cold, they were the ones staying in that enclosed side-by-side, and they were taking all the kids back up to the top of the hill with their tubes and sending them back down. It was just awesome. I mean, kind of a winter wonderland type reunion. And I bring up a winter one because it's just not talked about as often in Bear Lake, but Garden City is very much open in the wintertime, and we love having reunions in the winter, and it's starting to happen more and more.
That's perfect. That actually brought up a question for me, Bradley, and that is how long or how far ahead do you have to plan something like that? I'm sure there's a different number for summer versus winter because winter is a little slower. How does that work?
Yeah, you hit it spot on. Summertime, it just depends on what you're needing, but it could be years out for some of our properties. But what I will say is if you're just a few months out and you want to come to Bear Lake, we will find you something. Even if it's not one of our properties, we will find you a place to go. It's a small town over there, so a lot of the owners of different properties, we're all friends. We all refer to each other, but we kind of flip-flop. As I said, the winter time at Sunrise Resort is very affordable. It's a great deal. Same goes for Beaver Creek Lodge in the summertime because it's jam-packed with snowmobiling groups in the wintertime. The summer and fall, which is my favorite time up there, it is so affordable. To go up there. Seriously, we anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000 a night, and that you can fit up to 50 people there at the lodge. So you do that a per person cost. That's super affordable. And we work with all budgets too. And there's horseback riding and side by sides on site that you can ride there. And we're actually putting in a mountain bike course that'll be on site for families to use as well. And so a lot of cool things happening at Beaver Creek Lodge. So my biggest advice for these reunions is choose one of our places that isn't used as much, that's kind of a secret. So if you want a winter one, go to Sunrise Resort. If you want a summer or fall one, Beaver Creek Lodge. And as I say, just reach out to me directly, and I love planning these for families.
So you've been talking a lot about winter and then now the off season. You have summer coming up. I mean, it sounds like you would be a great fit for the Summer Citizen Program. Are you doing anything with that program here with the Chamber?
You're just lofting a softball to me because we absolutely are.
Oh,
easy answer on that one. And yeah, and let me just give a shout out to the Cache Chamber. Such good people. They've been great to work with, and they came to us. They do this Summer Citizens Program, which basically is a bunch of retired couples and individuals that come to Cache Valley and they stay here. I believe on campus, last I heard, there's some dorms for them. But they, along with locals, sign up for all these different things. In fact, we just had the kickoff expo or whatever you'd want to call it, where we had a booth there telling all these people about Bear Lake. And we've actually got 4 custom packages for anyone signing up for the Summer Citizens Program that wants to come over to Bear Lake. And it ranges from, once again, it involves our 2 properties, Beaver Creek Lodge and Sunrise Resort. So a couple of the packages, one is, a side-by-side ride through the Logan Canyon and ending at Beaver Creek Lodge, where we're going to have a Dutch oven dinner out on the front lawn with cowboy poetry. Another one is a hiking afternoon where you end up back at the lodge again. We'll do some stuff on the water, so a pontoon ride if people want to ride around the lake, and nice relaxed afternoon with a dinner at Sunrise Resort to follow. And once again, super affordable. Again, I think individually it's at most around $200 a person for that UTV ride and the dinner and the poetry. And so we've made it so that all these seniors to get out of town for a little bit and just head over the mountain to experience Bear Lake.
Thanks, Bradley. We're already up on our second break. We'll come back with contact information. This is the Senior Moment Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Getting around your home should be easy and safe. At RT Med Mobile, they provide wheelchairs, stair lifts, ramps, and electric lift chairs to help seniors maintain independence and comfort. Their friendly team offers free in-home consultations to find the perfect solution for you or your loved one. Locally owned and here to help, call 435-260-6171 today. RT Med Mobile, because your mobility matters.
Need a helping hand? The Bear River Association of Governments, also known as BRAG, is here for you.
They assist seniors with in-home services, provide utility bill relief through the HEAT program, and offer rental assistance to keep you housed.
Need help with tax prep? Their experts ensure you get the refund you deserve. And for veterans, they're here to connect you with the benefits you've earned.
Bragg is your local resource for a stronger today and a more secure future. Call today or visit bragg.utah.gov.
This is Scott with Cache Valley Pharmacy. Are you struggling to find affordable GLP-1 medications? Cache Valley Pharmacy has you covered. We're now compounding GLP-1s like semaglutide and tirzepatide personally formulated for you, and every batch is tested for quality and sterility. Have your prescriptions transferred today and let Cache Valley Pharmacy help you with your personalized weight loss journey. Cache Valley Pharmacy, keeping it local, online at cachevalleypharmacy.com.
Want an inexperienced surgeon?
Okay, nurse, I'm ready for the scalpel.
How about an inexperienced airline pilot?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain, and I'm terrified.
Experience matters, and we have it.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty. I am a senior real estate specialist.
I'd love to meet with you face-to-face and give you a free consultation and market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
At Maple Springs Senior Living in North Logan, we understand that entrusting the care of your loved one to someone else is a decision not taken lightly. That's why we go above and beyond to create a nurturing environment where your family becomes our family.
When I found Maple Springs, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. The staff here really cares, and Mom is thriving.
The activities and social events have brought so much joy to Dad's life. I can see a positive change every time I visit.
We know that your loved one's well-being is your top priority, and it's ours too. Learn more at maplesprings.living.com.
And welcome back to the Senior Moment Show. My name is Bryce Patton here with Sid Roeder, and we've been talking with Bradley Holmes, the Business Development Director at Epic Bear Lake Retreats. Bradley, I love all the fun things that you guys are doing over there. And if somebody wants to either plan a reunion or maybe get involved in the Summer Citizen programs that you have coming up, what's a good way to contact you and ask for more information?
I like to keep it very simple for everyone. And that's not just for the Summer Citizens program, like everyone that comes over for retreats and reunions and whatnot. Just call or text me at 435-730-8380, or you can email me at Bradley, BRADLEY, at epicbearlake.com.
And do you have a website that they might be able to find more information on?
Yeah, you just go to epicbearlake.com. Super user-friendly website where it'll show all of our lodging, recreation, wedding packages. We haven't even mentioned that, but wedding packages and reunion packages as well. They'll all be right there, epicbearlake.com.
Perfect. So we were talking over the break. You have a ton of things that you have going on. What are your favorite things to do over there?
There's a different answer for that, for everything. I mean, personally, I like Rich High Sports, so that's what I do a lot of. But that's not what we're here to talk about. That's for another day. As far as Bear Lake goes in Garden City, it's just such a fun little quaint place. And a lot of people are saying, well, it's too busy. It's become so crazy and whatnot. And don't listen to the negative side because, I lived there full time. Memorial Day weekend was very busy, but it did not feel overly congested or a panic. It's still great. The city's doing an awesome job of expanding roadways and different avenues to go, and they're expanding the marina. They're doubling it in size. So if you've ever been to the marina in Garden City, there is a lineup on busy weekends, but they're taking care of that. So Garden City is growing in a good way. And so if anyone's never been up there, I mean, you come out of the canyon and you get to see the leaves of Logan Canyon, which is unbelievable, especially in the fall. But you come out of the canyon and your first view is that Caribbean-like water. They do call it the Caribbean of the Rockies, and it's because of a large buildup of calcium carbonate, I believe, that it just makes it a very pretty blue. And there's so many people who have never been to Bear Lake from Utah. It kind of shocks me. But my favorite things to do in terms of what we do, the side-by-side rides, the scenic side-by-side rides that we do, a guided ride through Logan Canyon where we'll stop at different overlooks. We'll have lunch out there. It's awesome. If you're an outdoorsy person, maybe you're not a fan of water, this would be it for you to really experience, along with snowmobiling in the same areas. We have guides that take you all over the place to places you've never maybe even been to on these side-by-sides or snowmobiles. But I do love the water too, and we have guides that will take you out on our surf boats that will teach you and your kids and your grandkids how to surf on Bear Lake. That's a new popular thing. There's wakeboarding and tubing, but surfing is a new phenomenon that's been happening that we'll teach you how to do. And we're driving the boat for you as well. So you don't have to worry about anything happening to this very nice boat that you've rented. That's always a worry, right? But we're going to take that, worry away from you, and we'll do all the driving, all the teaching, and we've just had such great feedback from our guided surf boat experiences. And the final thing I'll talk about that families have loved in Bear Lake, we do a beach day package where we have a section of the beach over by North Beach. It's in the northeast corner. If you know where the hot springs are, that's us. But before you get there, we will set up everything for you. The canopies, the chairs, the beach volleyball, so that when you and your party arrive, it also covers parking. You already have a spot set up for you. When you do that, you also get a discount on any jet ski, boat. We have got pontoons, any rentals like that. We've got those tramps that sit in the water. So anyway, once again, if you're the one planning a family reunion or a group retreat, this is the best way to do it. We're going to make it so seamless and affordable, and just make it so you're not going to be trying to piece together so many different things. Once again, we'll do your lodging, your recreation. If you're a group that's needing to do some sort of conference or training, we've got those rooms available right there on the lake. And then catering as well. We work with different partners locally and in Cache Valley to come over to do the catering. And you can bring your own caterer too. We love that. So those are the elements that we always tie together.
I think I have one last question, because you struck the pontoon thing. Do you have someone too that can maybe take some seniors that don't want this fast ski boat and want to tow nothing to just drive around Bear Lake a little bit and enjoy the scenery?
Absolutely. So our guided pontoon tours of the lake, we do that, and that's one of the packages we're doing for the Summer Citizens program is. And we've got tons of pontoons, so really any size group we can do. But we love taking those seniors out on the water. And yeah, when it's, especially in the evening where this package will take place, if you know Bear Lake, you know that around 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, that is beautiful. Water is glass. Most people have come off of the lake. And that's when our seniors love. We'll provide snacks and drinks and everything and just take them around. They can see all around the lake. I'm glad you brought that up, because that is a really fun one to do.
Thank you, Bradley. Sadly, we're at the end of our show. This is the Senior Moments Show. We hope you tune in again next week.